Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. For those of you who are new, my name is Chanel. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read for all of you again. If you're in need of a personal reading, I am having a sale on 1 and 2 question video readings. The link is in the description box below. So this reading is intended for my Virgos. If you're watching for a Virgo, you may want to reverse the roles because it'll feel as though I'm speaking to you about your Virgo. Now, Virgo, as I'm looking into your energy, you have suspicion at the bottom of your deck, the X. All right, so here's the thing. This person that you're dealing with, I feel like you're not viewing them the same as you used to. Yeah, because I feel like you could have been on a break from this person. It looks like this person could have abruptly left, or you've just not been talking to them and they got like more and more distant. This is making me feel like this person is now trying to be a part of your life. And they're really, really sorry. And they're showing you all the things that you wished they would have shown you before. The hard part is I think you suspect that this person was sleeping with someone else while they were gone. I also think that this person has a tendency to like leave and do stupid stuff that affects your relationship while you're apart. And then they come back and they're not wanting to really talk about what will change. It's almost just like it's in the past. Why are you worried about it? I'm here now. You're being ungrateful. I'm giving you all this attention in this time. You're starting to view this person different. You know, I think in the past you held this person in a really high regard, whereas now, based on everything that they've done, it just feels like this person, maybe you feel like they're kind of narcissistic or that they don't understand the meaning of love is kind of what's coming through here. There's an energy of feeling like you need to protect yourself from this person or that they only come back when you're doing good. So maybe some of you are seeing like an increase in your abundance lately. And now this person has an attitude like, well, we belong together. You belong to me. I'm so sorry for what I did. The difficulty here is I feel like even if this person is saying and doing all these things, it's still really bothering you, whatever they were doing when they were apart from you. And you still feel like that's an issue. So if you feel like they have a tendency to get very silent and then cheat, you feel as though that person is still in your person's life somewhere in the background, right? There's also an energy coming through where you're beginning to feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over with this energy. It's almost like they have a tendency to love bomb you. And in the beginning, it felt really nice. And there were hopes of like change behavior. But I feel like it's kind of a way to hoover you back in. And then the cycle starts over, right? So there's an energy of feeling like this person is almost stopping you from moving forward or stopping you from getting what you really want. Because I think for the first time in your relationship with this person, you're starting to think that this may not be it, right? This might not be who you're meant to be with. So I feel like you're kind of standing your ground in regards to whoever this is, but they're coming in with an energy of being very apologetic, right? And so I feel like it's hard for you because you don't want to argue with this person, right? You don't want this person to go into like pity party mode because I feel like for some reason, there's still an energy of you feeling as though you're responsible for this person's behavior. So it's very possible if this is someone who has like any kind of addiction or a tendency to cheat, they blame you for their actions, right? Like, well, if you weren't so difficult, I wouldn't have to go to the bar. If you didn't always try to hold me accountable, which they don't say like that, they probably say things like you nag me. So I go hang out with my friends, right? Or I just need to go be with someone else. So there's an energy of you feeling as though you're almost walking on eggshells because it's like, I'm trying to do what's best for me here. And I don't think this person has changed, but I also don't want to be responsible for this person like relapsing or going and doing something crazy because I do feel responsible, right? And that's because this person, I feel like they kind of pull the wool over your eyes and make it seem like either you owe them something or it's like your job to save them or fix them. And just the fact that they come back should be enough for you, right? Because like, I'm trying, I'm here, I'm coming, I always come back to you. Okay, well, saying things like I always come back to you doesn't mean anything, right? If it's like, yeah, you come back when your pockets are turned out and, you know, you went and slept with everybody and you're going through withdrawals, like, cool, now you're back, whoopee, right? You always come back to me because I'm a safe space for you to get your life together, you know, or because I have my stuff in order and you know that there's always going to be food in my fridge, right? It doesn't feel like the compliment that it used to, you know? And so I feel like for you, you're having a really hard time because it's like, what do I do with this, right? What's going to happen if I choose myself over this person? So let's take a look at love. Yeah, somebody knows they screwed up and it's because you're doing really good. So I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it because it looks like financially you're in a space of having either like a lot of opportunities, maybe your business is taking off. Something that I'll say, Virgo, is like if you attract a ton of abundance every time this person leaves, that's the universe trying to politely tell you that this person is not for you. You get what I mean? Because it's the energy of like, okay, every time I'm not dealing with somebody who's sucking me dry, whether it's my finances, my energy, my resources, my attention, my time, I come up, like I'm abundant. That's the universe trying to show you, you know, that this is super negative and this is a drain. So even though this person is trying to come back and they're doing little things to show you how much they care, right? I would trust the feeling that I'm having because this looks a lot like what you've already seen. You know, for some of you, you have kids with this person, so it makes it really hard to figure out like what to do because you're thinking about your children, you know, and the life that you want for them, or, you know, I want them to be in a 2-parent home or whatever. But I guess what I'll say about that is like you're setting the tone for the type of relationship your kids are going to have, you know, so just be mindful of that. If you wouldn't want that for your kids, don't do it, right? This person starts arguments so they can leave and go do other stuff. I feel like this is someone who doesn't have the longevity to stick around and really be with you 100% and show up 100%. It's like they get burnt out, you know, maybe 2 or 3 days, they can operate at 100%. And then it very quickly goes downhill, 50%, 30%, boom, an argument so that they can go act like they're alone. You know, for some of you, if you have kids with this person, they can't stress, like they can't be expected to deal with the children or, you know, the household, maintaining a house, the things that go into it, because they get super upset, you know. And I feel like this is someone who's just struggling with emotional maturity. For some of you, you could have met someone new, you know, or be spending time with someone new, and then this energy comes back. And it's like, what do I tell this person? Right? Because I thought when they left again for the 100th time, that was it. Well, to them, they're doing what they always do. So they feel like they have the key to your door or that open pass. For you, it's like, no, I'm really trying to like do something else now, right? This person is trying to persuade you, I feel like, to allow them back into your space. For you, I feel as though you're being very, very decisive about this. And it almost feels like to me, you're kind of ignoring this person if you can help it, or you're giving them less of your attention because you're hoping that they'll take a hint without you having to just outright say it, right? So it's a little bit of a difficult energy because, like I said, it feels like you're walking on eggshells this month. It feels like you're kind of having a tiptoe, and this person is watching you, right? You feel as though they're scrutinizing everything that you're doing. For some of you, it's almost like you have to tell them you're doing one thing when you're really doing another, which is odd because I don't even feel like you're in a relationship with this person, right? So it's just kind of hard because it's like you're focused on your future, you're focused on your stability, you're attracting abundance, but this person is just kind of there, right? Just being this dark cloud in your life. And I feel like you haven't really had to stand up to this person before, right? Not in the sense that you completely cut them out of your life, like it looks like you're really thinking about doing now. How do you go about doing that? You know, for some of you, you feel like this person is going to blow up when they figure out that you really are done. So I guess just try to have like a really good support network, because to me, this looks like somebody who only wants to be around when it's convenient to them, but they're not willing to release you to allow you to find happiness with someone else. You know, for some of you, you might need to get like legal advice, how to like get this person out of your life. Hopefully they're not receiving mail at your house, because then you would have to give them like a 30-day notice legally. It's just kind of a whole big thing. You know, you could be trying to secretly explore your options to figure out how to separate yourself from this person, or you're trying to keep your finances separate. Like maybe you've opened a different account that this person doesn't know about, because this is almost like you have kind of this plan in action, but it's very hard to take action at this time, right? There's something about this where it feels like maybe you're waiting on approval for an apartment somewhere else, or you're waiting on that job offer across the country so that you can just pack up and be done, right? And just this person comes home and you're gone. You know, it's kind of the energy of that, where it doesn't feel like you can just tell them that you're leaving because you feel like this person isn't going to let you go. So it's almost like you're just almost playing the role of like creating distance, but acting like things are better than they are, or like you don't have this plan in place. Okay. Let me take a look at your future energy, what's coming towards you for the month of February. All right. You know, you need to be careful, because if you're talking to anybody about your plan, I feel like somebody might spill the beans. You know, there's an energy of like, I don't know if you're friends with someone that cares about whoever this is, and you say something along the lines of like, I'm fed up, I'm done. This could be over drinks. If you have this conversation, could be like a cousin or a family member, a mutual friend. There's something here where I feel like this person's going to find out what you've been doing. So like if you're trying to make plans to leave, it feels like the cat's going to be let out of the bag, you know, and it kind of feels like whatever your plan is, it's going to either be derailed or it's going to be postponed. And it kind of feels like there's someone meddling in your life. So I don't know if this is somebody who like wants the two of you to reconcile, or maybe it's like his mom or her mom, or they're like, no, you're what's best for my son or my daughter, like, you know, you can't go. But I'm going to tell you right now, whoever this is, they're sabotaging your exit plan because they don't want to be left alone with this person. Like they don't want to be the only one showing up for this person. So perhaps this has been like a group effort where you and their family are all involved, trying to like help whoever this is to get on their feet or get their life together or grow up. But this person doesn't want to have to show up for whoever this is without you. So it's almost like they would do something selfish to try to make it so that you can't go, you know, because they don't want to have to shoulder the burden of this person's behavior on their own, you know. So I don't know if this is a parent or a sibling, but they're going to end up saying something to whoever this is where it's like, oh, you know, you're going to lose him or her if you don't straighten up and fly right. I heard they're looking for a job in Oregon, right? Or something. And then your person's going to be like, oh my God, they're leaving. How could you be so selfish? Don't you see I'm trying? What are you doing? And it's almost like you're going to have to very abruptly hide all of the evidence of what you've been working on, or completely scrap your plan. Because this person, this meddlesome person, is going to try, and they're going to look at it like, well, I was just trying to help. I think you guys are great together. You know, I don't want to see you guys separate, or what about the kids? But this person, they have their own reasons. You know, they don't want to have to deal with whatever this energy has going on by themselves. Okay. So I just want you to be mindful of that. For some of you, maybe it's like a weird situation where you're with them, but then they have kids with someone else and the kid's mom doesn't want to have to deal with them on their own. So they say something, you know what I'm saying? But I would be very, very careful of who you're trusting at this time or who you're confiding in, because somebody is going to let the cat out of the bag, right? And then it's like you're back at square one where you literally have to pretend like, oh no, what are you talking about? That was just like, I don't know what that is. I don't know where that came from, right? Because this person is already watching you. You know what I mean? And they're looking for evidence, so they might be asking your friends, your family, like, oh, is my Virgo talking about moving? Are they talking about doing something else? So just what I would say is keep it very close to yourself if you're trying to escape from whatever this is, because somebody is going to tell your business and it's going to be because they got drunk, or because they were upset at the thought of you being able to exit the situation and being happy with your life and them having to stay behind. Okay. Now I'm going to take a look in the extended reading because this is kind of weird, but I feel like that's a family member, I'm not picking up on the fact that that's like a third party or anything. I feel like this is just somebody that cares about this person equally, like as much as you did, or wants this person to clean up their life, right? And so they feel like you're the best thing for them or however, but that's nobody's choice but yours, right? I'm going to take a look in the extended reading to see how your person will behave to this, because they're going to find out, kind of regardless of what you do. I feel like you've already talked to whoever this is, saying like maybe you were fed up or that you were making moves. It feels like this is already in the works. So I'm going to take a look at the future and see how your energy will respond to this and kind of what you have to look forward to. I'm also going to look at your opportunity, your obstacle, and your advice. I would say be very careful with your money, okay? Because I feel like this is someone who has a tendency to lash out and maybe wreck your stuff or spend your money so that you can't leave, right? Don't leave any of your like credit cards or anything, just hanging out where they can find them, maybe get your car keys back, right? Because this person's very possessive. All right, let's look at the future energy. The link is in the description box, and I hope that you follow me over there. But in the meantime, you stay safe and you take very good care of yourselves. Bye. But it's almost like they're going to become a wedge, in between you and the outside world is what I'm seeing here. This person could be trying to like do weird stuff, like buy you a pet. And I know that sounds kind of like what, but in their mind, it's giving you something that the two of you share that's going to stay alive like forever, for what, 20 years. It's their way of trying to tie you to them even more. And they're trying to distract you, because I feel like if they can distract you behind the scenes, it's like they're either digging through your stuff, they're spying on you, they're looking for evidence of you being unfaithful. And I feel like that's because this person, whatever they hear, right, they're going to misconstrue it to be like Virgo met someone. Virgo's trying to run off with someone. Okay. They're not going to look at it like Virgo just doesn't want to be here anymore because of everything that I've done. So they're going to start trying to look for evidence of you being unfaithful.